like and describe. Howdy y'all, my name is Gretchen and I'm the Restless Thrifter. I'm a reseller online. I buy things and resell them on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. And now I am moving from Denver to Dallas. So I am in the process of clearing out my own personal things because we're downsizing. We're just getting rid of a lot of things with this move. So my videos lately have been a little bit different than just the what sold on eBay and Poshmark and Mercari. And I'm also sharing with you guys what I'm selling on Facebook Marketplace for local pickup. There's a little bit more of an echo in here today because I have no inventory behind me. It has been packed up. We are leaving in 2 to 3 weeks. Some of my stuff, my inventory is going sooner than that. It's going next weekend. And so that has been my focus, is packing up my inventory. I've added to my inventory a lot just by going through our personal things. And then getting it ready because my dad and my sister are coming up next weekend and they're going to haul it all down, and I'll put my stores on vacation mode for a while. I know it's going to hurt it for a little bit, but my sales have been slipping because I've been focused more on getting ready for the move and packing things up and not listing new inventory and sourcing new inventory as much. I've also been dealing with a chronic illness and I'm starting to come out of that slump a little bit as well. So over the next few months, you're gonna hopefully see my business grow as I get settled back into Texas, because that's where I was before we came to Denver, and I start to source more and list more and get back to the routine. That was just a big mouthful of an intro. Welcome back to my channel. If you are not new here, thank you so much for watching. And if you are new, bear with me while I share with you some mediocre sales. You know, they're not bad. When you're not listing every single day and not sourcing new things, you know, things are going to slow down a bit. That said, I'm not going to share with you the crap sales. I'm going to share with you the good sales. I've got 5 of my top sales, 3 things that flipped really, really quickly, and some lessons that I've learned through all this. And then we'll go into the Facebook Marketplace sales, where hopefully you can learn about some things that may be sitting around your own house that you can get rid of and unload. It feels good just to purge our own things. It really does. Getting started with the top sales, I am going to share 5 of them. The first one was this vintage 50s Marcrest Melmac set of 36 dishes, turquoise melamine, pink, yellow, rose, MCM. So MCM is mid-century modern. I just threw that at the end because I had room for those characters, and mid-century modern spelled out is very, very long. Folks who collect it, I'm hoping, are going to be searching for that keyword as well. This sold in 43 days on eBay. I had picked it up at an estate sale for $20. It sold with shipping. It sold for $84.17. I got little flyaways, driving me crazy. My cost of goods, like I said, was $20, and my profit was $21.58. I probably will pick up this type of thing again. I want to make sure I'm paying attention to condition and cost of goods. Would prefer it be lower, but it did sell pretty quickly. I actually picked it up because last year had been reminiscing with my mom and dad, and they were talking about their Melmac dishes that they lost when they first got married. Someone took their Melmac dishes, and my mom was really upset because she had collected these dishes and they meant a lot to her. So when I saw them, I was like, oh my gosh, I've got to get these and show them to her. And then they sat in, I don't want to call it a death pile, but they sat for a while until I got them listed. If you want something to sell, just start using it. If it's a book, start reading it. If it's dishes, start using them. Because we started to use them because we had packed up our kitchen, and I was like, oh, well, we'll just use these until it's time to go and time for me to pack these up. Well, they sold. Next sale I wanted to highlight was this Hickey Freeman 46 long Madison blazer 2-button jacket formal prom wedding interview. Those last keywords are just things I'm hoping people will be searching for when they say, interview, blazer, prom clothes or whatever. This sold in 226 days on eBay. It is a 46 long. Most men are going to look for regulars is what I have learned, regardless of whether they need a long or a short. Nobody thinks they need a long or a short. So it took a little longer, I believe, because it was a long instead of a regular length. This sold it for $57.20 with the cost of shipping. Sold on eBay. I had paid $14.13. Eek, that's a lot. Anyhow, my profit was $22.35, which isn't bad, but for something that's going to take a while to sell, that's a lot to be putting into it for the cost of goods. My next two items are both City Chic. I am running low on my City Chic inventory. I had come across a bunch of dresses, mostly formals, that were selling really well, and I had hundreds of them. And now I only have probably less than 10, I would say. But this one was a City Chic plus size 24 royal denim jean dress, chunky gold military buttons, black. Not a formal, obviously. This sold in 293 days on Poshmark. I actually sold another one of these in a different size much more quickly. It sold for $35. My cost of goods was $2, and my profit was $23.98. And then the other City Chic was a City Chic plus size 16 Asplice, I don't know. It seems like a weird name for something. Jumpsuit, pockets, wide leg, black short sleeve. This took 354 days to sell on Poshmark, and it sold for $40. My cost of goods was $2.71. There were a couple of trips that I took to find these City Chic dresses, and my profit was $26.31. And then the best sale for the time period, which I'm not sure I even shared with you guys, is August 16th through 21st, is this Lafayette 148 size 12 silk evening jacket blazer, bright pink textured floral. This took 302 days to sell. It sold on Poshmark for $84. My cost of goods was $4.79, and my profit was $62.41. I'm a little surprised I got that much for this piece, but with it being like a dressier piece and silk, I did price it up a little bit, and it's a good return on investment. Okay, and now some fast flips. There's also some lessons in here as well. The first one is this lot of 2 Oxy 10 Acne Cleanser, 6.25 ounce, maximum strength, 10% benzyl peroxide, 323. That is the expiration date. So they were a little bit past their expiration, but not greatly so. They sold in 28 days on eBay for $22.85. My cost of goods, I put a 0 because this is a personal item that I didn't end up needing. I bought a 3-pack on Amazon. I didn't end up using all of it. And so when I'm going through my cabinets and figuring out what to pack and what to donate and what to sell to get rid of some things, this is one of those things that I decided I didn't need and saw that it does sell on eBay. Again, would I source this? Maybe for a couple of quarters if it was, within the expiration date, but I wouldn't be spending, even a couple of bucks on expired Oxy cleaner. My profit was $11.88. The next fast flip was a Bond remixed CD music audio 2003 dance electronic Y2K pop. I don't normally sell CDs, but I had picked up a box of them for cheap at a thrift store, and they'd just been sitting in my house, and I went through and listed them quickly one day when I didn't have the ability to do a lot of packing or cleaning. I was like, I want to be productive, but what can I do from the couch? It was list some CDs. This sold in 4 days on eBay for $9.99. I do believe I paid for shipping. My cost of goods, I put as 0 because I've had this a long time, but I paid something for it. It was probably less than a quarter. My profit was $4.15. I'm not going to get into the business of picking up CDs. because I don't want to look through and see what's going to flip quickly, and I don't have that knowledge already. It's not something I'm wanting to build upon just yet. There's so many other categories that I want to learn more about and build that knowledge before I get to media. And then the last fast flip was a George Foreman Evolve countertop grill with 2 removable nonstick plates in red. This sold in one day on eBay for $53.09. I put 0 as my cost of goods because it was my personal George Foreman grill. My dad already has one. We're going to be moving in with him, so we didn't need a second one. And my profit was $29.03. Now, that would have been my profit if I hadn't broken it during shipping. And I say I because I don't think I packed it well enough. They sent me pictures and I just gave them a full free refund, including the cost of shipping, because I don't think I packed this well enough. I had never sent off something like this. I didn't have the original box. And I did use a lot of packing material and bubble wrap and all of that, but when I look back on it, I'm like, it's probably not the greatest job. And so I just considered that a lesson and gave them a refund. I wish I was better at packing larger and more fragile things, and I wish I was more prepared to do it, but I'm just really not. So I will stay away from sourcing that type of thing in all likelihood. And then the last thing I wanted to highlight for that week of the 16th through 21st is this Harlow & Graham size large mini jean skirt, acid wash denim, A-line stretch, 2 pockets. This is an example of something not to pick up. This took 808 days to sell. So I have been doing this since 2021. 2020, I started reselling my own personal clothes, and then in 2021, I started sourcing to resell. And this must have been one of the first things I picked up. It sold on Mercari finally for $12. I had paid $3, and I think I might have had free shipping on this because my profit was only 51 cents. But I did make 51 cents back. And if you add in the cost of goods, at $3.51 in my pocket right now, because that $3 was spent 808 plus days ago. I hope that buyer is happy with it. I got 51 cents from it. I did want to mention that my average cost of goods for everything this week was only $3.61. That's not bad. I obviously want to lower that as much as I can, but if I can keep things under $5, that makes me happy. My average days to sell was 149. It's a little bit higher than I'd like, and most likely because I haven't been listing new things. So I'm selling existing inventory. I listed probably, 10 things that whole week, maybe, other than Facebook Marketplace Local, which we'll get to. My average profit per item was $15.01. So that's good. I'm happy with that. I want to see that number grow. And by keeping a lower cost of goods and finding things with a higher ASP, I'll be able to grow that number. My allergies, y'all, I'm choking here. Okay, so switching now to Facebook Marketplace Local. Some of the things that I have listed here, and I'll be sharing my screen with you, are going to be items from my inventory that I already had listed. I just put some things over there. But a lot of this is going to be stuff I found around my house to sell. And we are starting to get just to the last little bit. Like the last few videos, I was selling furniture and bigger things. And now I'm kind of selling just the smaller, less bulky things that are laying around the house. The first thing is this Dell 23-inch monitor. I actually got this for free when I was working for a company remotely, and they sent me a monitor, and when I left the company, they didn't want it back. So I took a video to show it working, and I played a really cool YouTube video of just some beautiful scenery with music. There is volume, but there's no need to play it for you here. And just took some quick images of it. This is information about the model number and everything. And I got a picture of the ports. It's hard to get a good picture of those, but I wanted to get a picture of the port so people could see the various ways they could connect to it. And I did find some specific information on the Dell website about it and what kind of resolution and all of that it has. I sold this for $49, porch pickup. A girl sent me the money through Venmo and she picked it up off my porch, so it was super, super easy. $49 was a pretty good price, but these monitors aren't as expensive as you would think. Next is a really old monitor that I sold. It actually sold for $7 because I had it on sale. This is an HP 20-inch. It is a flat widescreen and LCD, but it doesn't even have the HDMI connection. It is a VGA only, I believe. Let me look and see if I have a picture of that. Yeah, you can only connect by VGA, which I included that cable as well. So I sold this for $7, and as I said, it powers on, but I don't have a way of testing the picture, so I don't know how well it works. I didn't go so far as to say for parts only, because it does power on, but $7 and it's out of my house. I hope that the person who bought it was paying attention to these details. I haven't heard anything back, but I'm always nervous when I'm selling something that is not fully tested. And here is an item that I sold for $10, but I didn't get the money. So somebody recently asked me if I've had any bad experiences with porch pickup, and so far I had not until this item. And this item, he just didn't pay me. And when I asked him about it, he ignored me, and so I just blocked him and moved on. After ranting to my friends because I was really annoyed. It just feels like a violation. It's just a 20-inch 4-way lug wrench. My husband bought it, didn't end up needing it, didn't use it, and we had it listed for $10. A guy came by, picked it up, and just decided not to pay me. I have people put money in the mail slot or send me Venmo when they're picking up. Sometimes they'll Venmo me in advance if they want me to hold it for them, because I won't hold without some sort of, at least half, of what they're supposed to pay. But yeah, unfortunately, this guy just didn't pay me. Karma will get him, right? All right, I talked about the sale shades in the last video. If you guys have those just sitting in your garage, they will sell. The next grouping is these Mexican blankets. I bought the 2 of them for yoga, so I did include yoga in the keywords. I think they sell a little bit better if you do that, because people are looking for blankets specifically to use for yoga. These Mexican blankets are great for it, and what they use them for is as props to prop you up when you need modifications, or to put on your blanket to hold on to. It's been a long time and I've been carrying these blankets around. I sold and I got this orange one here at the bins. It was really pretty, a really pretty color, and so I picked it up and I sold it first for $10, and then I asked her if she was interested in the others, and I sent her pictures, and she wanted the blue one, so she bought the 2 yoga blankets for $20. Again, it was porch pickup. Include the size. They're all tend to be a little bit different sizes because they're not mass manufactured. And then another guy came and picked up the tan blanket for $7. I was running a sale, and through Facebook they have a promotions where you can drop prices. It'll show it cross through. I guess once it sells, they don't show the final price. This is just showing where I had drawn a mark to identify it as my blanket, and not because I was using it at the yoga studio and just leaving it there. The next thing is this cute mailbox that I bought. It was decor I bought and never used. It's a cute post office box, mailbox. And it's got a slot here where you can drop letters, or you can lift up the lid to put larger items in. It's not vintage, but it has a vintage look. It's, painted and kind of distressed a little bit. and just really cute. I got it at TJ Maxx and it had been on clearance, so I bought it for I think $7 and I sold it for $25. I thought this would look really cute with like plants coming out of it, or you could actually use it as your mailbox. Although getting this stuff out of the mailbox, lifting I don't know, it seems like it would be a hassle. But it just seemed like it would be really cute in a garden or a boho room, or even using as your own mailbox. I don't think I talked about the hedge trimmer last time. Maybe it was a couple of times ago. I don't know, but we sold these for $30. And again, hardly ever used. We're just not do-it-yourself yard people or home fix-up-it people. So we had a lot of stuff in the garage that just hadn't been used much. All right, and then the best sale recently were my winter tires. We ended up selling these for $375. This was a great deal for the buyer. These tires with the nice rims here cost more than $1,200 brand new. And we had used them for 4 seasons. 4? Let's see, 2021, 3. 3 or 4 seasons. But I barely drove on them because when I bought the car and the tires, it was October of 2019. And then we went into 2020 where we had the lockdown, and I didn't go back into an office after that. So I wasn't driving on them on a daily basis. And obviously it was only during the winter when they were being driven on anyway. So they were like new, as like new as old tires can get. And they were for my Subaru Forester. I added keywords for other Subarus just because those are popular here in Colorado, and these tires do fit the Crosstrek and the Outback. In some other listings, like for my husband's car, I listed other sedans that it would fit as well, because you don't have to have them for that specific car. And you want to include, when you're selling tires, you want to include obviously the brand and everything, but the size of the tire, which is here. And like the rims, 17-inch rims, 225 by 60. Don't get me to line. I can't remember what exactly those numbers mean, but this is the size of the tire. And something I didn't have in here was the bolt pattern size. So I do have that as a 5-bolt pattern wheels, but you actually need the number here is 5-114.3. Basically it's 5 bolts and it's 114.3 millimeters, I guess, apart from each other, because some Subaru Foresters are going to have like a 5-110 and others are going to have a 5-114. So it varies. And that wasn't on the tire itself. I had to look it up for my car specifically. And yeah, we sold these for $375. It's a steal for the guy. I had him at $399. He said he would pay $300. I said we'd come to $350. And he said, great, can you meet me? And he listed a place that was kind of far away. And I'm like, no, I can't do that without a delivery fee, because, your time is money, and, people are going to try to get that out of you. If they don't have to spend the money on the gas, then good for them. But anyhow, so I said no, not without a delivery fee. He said, okay, what do you want to charge? And I said $25 for delivery. Now, it turns out that it took over an hour and a half there and back to get him these tires, so we probably should have charged a little bit more for our time, especially considering what a good deal these were and that I'd already discounted it. But $375 was good. He gave us $380 because he didn't have change for the 20, and neither did we. But yeah, negotiate. Remember that your time is worth money. I think he'll probably turn around and sell them and make some money, which good for him if he does, because he didn't seem to have this type of car. Later in the season, they'll sell for more. I mean, right now it's not winter, but during winter they may sell for more. And good for him if he is able to do that. We just didn't want to get stuck with these tires either. That might be it for Facebook Marketplace. Let me go take a look over at Nextdoor, because I did sell at least one thing on Nextdoor. Oh yeah, that's right. We actually sold a few things on Nextdoor. So the first one is this Homedics Paraffin Wax Spa. I had picked it up for $5 at a thrift store for myself. I never ended up using it. It was brand new and it included some wax. And I sold it for $10. And then I sold this. My husband is a little annoyed that I only sold it for $5 because he's like, that cost $20. But you know what? People aren't looking for this type of stuff, right? That they just stumble upon it and they go, oh, that's a good deal. They may buy it, but they're not really like searching Facebook Marketplace for, you know, new in box multi-use sprayers, right? I don't think so, at least. Anyway, this is on Nextdoor, not Facebook Marketplace, but you get the point. So they picked that up for $5 and it's no longer in our garage. He's like, well, I would rather hang on to it. I said, hey, if you want a certain price for something, you're going to have to let me know in advance. And this is, I sold these for $10 for all of them. It's 5 IKEA lights. These are ones that you stick like in a closet somewhere, and you can turn them on automatic, where when you open the door and it senses light outside the room, it turns on the light for you just to provide a little bit more lighting, or you can just have them on all the time. We weren't crazy about them after all. It was just didn't quite work for us, and sold the 5 for $10. I think that's everything we've sold on Nextdoor since I last told you about things. One other thing that we did end up getting rid of on Facebook Marketplace were some decorator books. It's showing just some red ones for $5, but I actually sold probably over 100 books for $60. A girl said she had a huge bookshelf she was trying to fill, and I needed to get rid of a bunch of books. So I just said, how about $60 for all of them? And I included the covers for her. She actually just didn't even care if they were real books. She just wanted something to fill a shelf. And so she took, it was 6 large USPS boxes full of hardcover books off of my hands. Yay. So that is everything. That's everything to share. I would show you guys what I'm doing around the house as far as packing and getting ready to go, but I can't say it looks much different than the last time. Even though I have done so much since my last video, it just looks the same. There's more packed up boxes, but there's still the same amount of just stuff laying around because I just keep pulling more out of closets and drawers and everything. And so there's really nothing new to show you guys. I might share some footage of us packing and loading up the reselling inventory next week. And another what sold for the rest of the August dates, and maybe a little bit of September too, because there'll probably be a little gap in my what solds since I'll be putting my closets on hold. I hope you found some of this interesting. Look around your house, see what you can get rid of on Facebook Marketplace Local. I'm telling you, once you start selling things, it's like their algorithm turns on for you, and suddenly people want to buy your things. So good luck, and let me know if you have any questions. Like and subscribe down below so that you can catch me the next time. And thank you so much for watching. Bye y'all. And we were actually using them. If you want, so here's a lesson. If you want something to sell, start using it. Oh my God. What the fuck is your problem? Up. This is the one who keeps interrupting me. She's our guard dog.